Peace, family. I hope you guys are happy and healthy and doing well. It is Saturday morning. I'm on my way to Mercer Botanic Gardens. Actually, one of my friends found this class, and it is for making rain barrels. So I think they have rain barrels for sale for $40, and then the class is free. And then we about to go see. I don't know how much they'll let us film, but I definitely will tell you about the experience. I will show as much as I can. And my friend doesn't like the internet like that. So we will not be showing her. This channel is definitely respectful of those who want to be posted and those who do not. So you know who you are, friend. Thanks for inviting me. And hopefully we have some fun. I'm driving hubby's big old truck because it was blocking my car, and we still have just a few wood chips to get through. Peace. Okay, y'all, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be busy because there was no parking like near the entrance part, but it's already like 10:10 and it was from 10 to 11:30, so that's also a thing. I think some people are just coming and picking up the rain barrels. I actually have a few things that I want to try to make into rain barrels, because it's only going to be for watering the garden at my mom's house. So I'm kind of coming to see how if they show you how to convert things. But I see people with like traditional rain barrels here, and I think those are $40. Okay, family, so I wasn't able to record too much, but the class was actually good. She did show how to take the traditional rain barrel. They have a kit that comes with it, and she showed you how to attach them to each other, great places to place them, and things of that nature. I think they also have the information available online. They came from Galveston to come and do this class for us, and I think they come once a year. So I do think $40 was a great deal for the rain barrel and kit, to show you how to put everything together. I really would have purchased the kit by itself if I could have, because like I said, I have some containers that I'd like to convert. But this was a very useful class. So this is the kit that comes with it. And you can even see on the picture it has a trash can. I'm planning on using a recycle bin that's similar. So that lets me know that I've got the right idea. This is me and my friends checking everything out after the class. Then we walked around the Botanic Gardens because it's fun and we have kids. And I noticed this rain gardens in Texas, so it has some great plants that you can plant in your rain garden. I thought that was cool. Peace, family, grand rising. Right now is actually the perfect time to talk to you guys. Part 3, sustainable gardening. Or is this part 4? I'm not sure. But I went somewhere with a friend yesterday. They were teaching people how to make rain barrels, and you can purchase rain barrels. And that was already bringing me to my next point, which was water. It's morning time. If you have a job, a 9-to-5 type job, this would be early morning for you. I homeschool and I work from home, which doesn't mean I don't have a whole lot of stuff to do every day, all day. If we have a field trip, if we have book club, if we have co-op, if one of my kids have a class, then this is early morning for me as well. So you will have to water your garden. You're going to need to figure out how and when you are going to keep your plants healthy, and happy. Just like you cannot live without water, your plants cannot and will not. And if you live anywhere near me or in a zone like mine, your plants gonna be dead. If you forget to water them, plants will fall out, they'll pass out, they'll be laid all over. Some plants are more dramatic than others. I'm saying dramatic, like a personality, okay? So, I say all that to say, the rain barrels are a wonderful idea because that is going to help you with your water bill. That's something that you want to think about. Everyone starts their gardens differently. Everyone has different goals in their garden. My goal, one of my goals, is definitely to save money. Is definitely for my garden to learn to sustain itself. And so ever since I started this garden at this house, I've been catching rainwater. My methods of catching rainwater have gotten a little more pretty, fancy, maybe expensive. Expensive in my eyes, but probably not in a lot of people's eyes. Which just means I actually purchased a rain barrel. But when I moved here, you guys, y'all know those little totes that you know, pack clothes and stuff in? I'll show you one. I have broccoli planted in one right now. I'll set that thing outside. I'll post a video below too, because if you're new, you probably haven't seen that. But baby, I put that tote right outside, baby, and was catching that rainwater. And I would drop mosquito dunks in there so the mosquitoes wouldn't, they would still lay their babies in there, but they would die. And I've caught water in buckets. At my mom's house, I want to make a rain barrel with the recycling container that's over there right now. And when we went to that water class, or the rain barrel class, they actually had a picture of that type as well. So I already knew it was a good idea, but it's working for me. But the point of this video is not even to save money, but just to know that gardening is a lifestyle. Like growing food, if you want to grow it to eat it, like last year we didn't buy greens, like any greens, like spinach, no lettuce, nothing. Whenever we wanted a salad, there was something outside growing, either at this house or at mommy's house, that we could eat and make a salad with, as far as greens go. If you want to do it like that and you want to have an ongoing garden, you're going to have to add watering to your schedule. So the middle of the day and the heat of the day is not the best time to do it. Early in the morning or in the evening time. In the evening time, I think if you're somebody who has to be at work at 6 a.m. or something like that, not wake up at 6, but be there at 6, maybe evening time would be better for you, you know? Like, right? Like, let the sun go kind of down and then soak it in real good. And that way they get to drink real well and be nice and hydrated by tomorrow and carry them through the day. I know that here in my area, I'm in Houston, Texas, a lot of people water twice a day. I do not. But you guys notice I'm always mulching. In the front, I'm mulching with like heavy actual mulch, or like in the ground I mulch with heavy mulch. But in my beds I also always mulch, and that's because I don't want to water twice a day. I have 3 kids, I homeschool, I work from home. So you know what I'm saying? I'm saying all that to say your life is going to look different, your list is going to be different. All those things I just named will be different for you, right? But the main idea is you have to figure out how much time you have to actually keep them alive. So the friend that I went to the rain barrel class with, I'm going to her house on Wednesday and we're gonna like start her garden and stuff, and so I'm so excited. So, but I was like, girl, how often you plan on watering? And she was like, how much do I? She was like, is it like an everyday thing? I was like, girl, in Houston, Texas, yes ma'am. Yes ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Sure is. The rain will help you out. I do have a video that I think it's entitled "A Good Gardener Watches the Weather," something like that. But the weatherman be baby. Sometimes the weatherman, a lot of times, Diva Jones will tell y'all, the weatherman will fail you at times. Like, you have to, even in that video, they said it was going to rain. I wasn't sure it was going to rain. I was like back and forth. But anyway, if it rains, the rain helps you out. I love to plant seeds before the rain, especially at mommy's house. Y'all see, I don't plant seeds as much at mommy's house because I can't baby them as much. I might start trying to baby them a little more if I can. It's a lot to do. So you be kind to yourself. You make a plan, and water is key. They gonna die. That's it. So if you're gonna catch it, make sure you have containers set out to catch it. Make sure you either have it covered with like a screen or like a cheesecloth or something like that, or that you have mosquito dunks to put in there so that the mosquitoes are not just straight breeding in your yard. And if it's like at mommy's house, we water with the hose. It's easier for now. I am gonna set up rain barrels over there, but I have to do it on mama's land first because we don't have access to the house. Whereas for mommy, it's easy. She's like my partner in her garden. All I ask her to do is water it. So she get the hose and she'll water it, and that's like, you know, her getting out into the garden. So it's kind of good for all of us. It works well. You know, we have partnerships in order to grow. Somebody in the group that I'm in was like, dang, you have satellite growing spaces. And I was like, yep, every piece of land that I have access to, I will, because I really believe that this was the strength and is the strength of our people, for real. Like, my grandparents raised a bunch of kids, like during segregation and Jim Crow and stuff, and I'd be like, I have 3 kids, y'all, and I know we're all different. Like, of course their kids are being raised different than mine, and which brought me here today, so I appreciate them. But you know, they grew that food, and they grew that medicine, and there's a strength in that, and there's power in that, there's sustainability in that, and no one can take that from you. So find your way. If you're gonna pay for the water for a little bit, pay for it, but schedule it. Think about when is gonna be best for you. It's gonna be morning time. You can get up early, get you some tea or whatever, get out there and water your garden. Or when you come home from work, the garden can be a place of peace, you guys. And water sounds, oh my gosh, like if I wasn't talking to y'all, I'd either be listening to hood gospel or I would just be listening to the water, because it is just peaceful. I want to do a fountain too. Y'all comment below, have you ever made a fountain? I know Robbie makes fountains in her garden. So I want to do one on my mama's land, and I want to do one over here too. So anyways, water is life. Water is life. It's life for us. Family, I got cut off and I lost my train of thought because I need to make space in my phone. I hope you guys are enjoying the videos, because I'm trying to make so many. I have like so many thoughts. I'm also writing them down. So I just want to share every single thing that I learned, like as soon as I learn it. So it's not really like a seasoned gardener. It's like literally watching somebody learn the stuff in front of you. And I think that's important, because that's something that I would have loved to have. You know what I mean? Like when I was starting out, I was like, oh, let me get this book. Oh, but I was mostly watching people that have gardened for a long time, and only a few of them to me are relatable, if that makes sense. But you can learn something from everyone. So anyways, thank y'all for watching. Water your plants. Figure out if you're gonna just use the hose and what kind of hose, because I like the little shower setting on the hose to kind of soak, you know, your plants up real good. Make sure that you don't overwater. That's another thing. Just watch them. The plants will show you if you're doing too much. And I know I said this in the last one, but learn about the type of plants that you have. Like tomatoes don't really like wet leaves. I water the roots of everybody anyways, but particularly tomatoes. I think they can, you know, get more disease and stuff like that. So water, guys. And while we're talking about water for our gardens, let's think about water filters, filtering rainwater for other purposes, for in case of emergencies. Or I watch Rain Country, and she uses filtered rainwater to make her vinegars and stuff like that. So just like water is life for our plants, let's think about sustaining ourselves and how we can do better with that, whether it's storing more water. Let's be thinking about that, guys, because it really helps us to take good care of ourselves and our families. It really is our responsibility, and I think we give our power away a lot more than we should, you know, and a lot more than we realize, to be honest, you know. So it's not like fussing, because I just wake up one day and be like, oh my God, like, if they say I can't go to the store, if they try to tell me, you know, for any reason that I don't believe in, like, So anyway, don't let me get on the rant. I love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Water your gardens. If I have any more thoughts about watering, I will let you know. Peace. Okay, so I had some gray totes like this when we moved here, and I set these things right up under where a bunch of water falls off my house, and I didn't even cover them. But if you want to, or what I would suggest you do, is keep the top and just cut, probably flip it upside down to make it more like something that'll catch. Cut a hole in the middle of the top and put a mesh or something there, and to, you know, filter it and catch that rainwater, man. Catch that water, baby. Peace. Another thought about water while I'm out here watering my garden. If you want to see if it needs to be watered, looking isn't really enough. This soil looks pretty moist, but I stick my finger down maybe like an inch or two. It's not really moist. It doesn't feel moist. So I'm going to go ahead and water. So most of the time I have to water my containers more than I do my beds. And I also water but I don't water my trees as much as my smaller containers. So you want to just kind of check, because this side garden, actually, these beds don't get watered as much as the beds that are in the sun all the time. So when it gets to like 100-some degrees, it's gonna need to be watered every day in my area. But even over here, I don't water every day then, because it doesn't dry out as fast. So you really want to check and look at your microclimates. Peace. Another thing about water. So right now I'm watering with my water hose. My house is not filtered. This is not my favorite way to water, but it is the quickest. So I do water with my water hose straight up. But I mostly try to catch rainwater. Rainwater is going to be the absolute best water for your garden. It's natural. It has nitrogen in it. You can tell when it rains, your garden loves it every time. But if you use house water and you're thinking ahead, you can also like put the house water in a bin or something, in a bucket or something, let it sit out in the sun, and that will get rid of some of the stuff that's not the best about the house water. At the end of the day, if you don't have time to do that and you just want to start your garden, you can start with your hose. I use my hose often, I'm not gonna lie. But I catch as much rainwater as I can. That's for my budget and for the health of my plants. So I feel like rainwater is number one, but getting started is really number one, you know. And then I will mention at mommy's house, the reason why I'm not as eager, or I'm not as quick to try to get a rainwater catchment system over there, is because her entire house is filtered. So I feel like her house water is better than mine, and better than having no water on mama's land. So I think these are my last thoughts. If you're watching and you're a gardener, please comment below. You know, what are your thoughts on watering your garden? What does your schedule look like? My schedule is, I'm in the garden every morning, regardless if I need to water or not. Checking to see if I need to water, checking for bugs, blah, blah, blah. So, let me know you guys' thoughts on water and plan how and when you're going to be watering your garden, because the plants will die without it, just like us. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you soon. Peace.